Hey folks, it's Snacky here, and today we're talking about Stormgate. Stormgate is a AAA title in development by Frost Giant Studios. For those of us who are fans of real-time strategy games such as StarCraft 2, Command & Conquer and Warcraft, this is an exciting announcement that is targeting a mid-2023 release. Developed in Unreal Engine 5, Stormgate will support high-resolution HD visuals in 4K and is set in a high-fantasy futuristic world of humans versus demons. Stormgate's experienced team of developers aim to supersede StarCraft 2, the RTS that has arguably remained king for over a decade. In 2020, Jason Schreier, a journalist with a strong track record of legitimate leaks and insider information, reported that Blizzard no longer wanted to continue developing RTS games, despite passionate developers from the studio pitching ideas. Jason reported that RTS games don't make enough money for Activision Blizzard's villainous CEO, Bobby Kotick. And it was no surprise that these employees had moved on to their own passion project, founding Frost Giant Studios. Frost Giant was created by Blizzard vets with a clear mission statement. They want to create the next great PC real-time strategy game. A game that would be announced 2 years later in June 2022, titled Stormgate. The director and CEO of Frost Giant Studios, Tim Morton, was the former production director of StarCraft 2 and Command & Conquer Generals 2. The game director and president of Frost Giant Studios, Tim Campbell, was the former game director of Wasteland 3 and the lead campaign designer of Warcraft 3. The Tims together have impressive resumes, and Frost Giant's website showcases another 8 employees with some of the following qualifications: former esports senior manager, former lead artist on StarCraft 2, former lead designer on StarCraft 2, the lead co-op designer of StarCraft 2 and project manager of Team Liquid, former senior writer at Blizzard and twice New York Times best-selling novels author, and perhaps, most excitingly for fans of the genre, the former lead engineers on StarCraft 2's game engine. Currently, Frost Giant LinkedIn page shows 39 employees, and the company recently stated that they have secured over $35 million of investments and funding. In a recent interview with Winter StarCraft, link posted in comments, the Tims discussed a range of topics, including the free-to-play model and monetization. The base game and competitive multiplayer will be free. Monetization will come from expansions of the story, cosmetics, and co-op heroes with no need to purchase anything to enjoy the game. Tim Morton goes on to say, "The burden is on us to create content so good that people want to buy it." With lessons learned from StarCraft 2 and Stormgate wanting to introduce new people to the genre, I am hopeful that this remains a consumer-friendly monetization model. However, we will have to wait and see exactly how this game is monetized. Lead designer Kevin Dong also had a 1-hour interview with Winter StarCraft, link below, where he talked at great length regarding design decisions, balance ideas, and Frost Giant's influences for Stormgate. Stormgate will have a competitive 1v1 similar to StarCraft and a competitive 3v3 mode with a slightly different rule set. While we have no concrete facts on the 3v3 yet, we do know that they are discussing ideas such as capture a key building, and trying to avoid just eliminating players completely from team matches early on. More details will come soon. They note they have also been influenced by StarCraft and Warcraft in multiplayer design decisions, some of which include a larger defender's advantage than StarCraft 2 and removing tedious game-ending early game mechanics, planning new macro mechanics that provide meaningful choices, not just adding busy work, the possible addition of hero units that aren't significantly stronger than regular units but add variability in choices, more scouting options to remove being blindsided as often, longer time to kill on your army so you don't lose everything while looking elsewhere, more control in fights, especially with co-op, diminishing returns on same base economy, encouraging players to expand, making worker kills slightly less effective, and finding more ways to harass the opponent other than just killing workers. Strong unit counters, and a focus on ground-to-ground or air-to-ground combat, discouraging air-to-air combat. And that there are some comeback mechanics built differently into each faction. Esports is clearly a large focus for the team, and the reason StarCraft remains successful to this date. While we'll have to wait until we're closer to launch to hear more about all of their incentives, we have some important nuggets of information already. Stormgate will feature a replay viewer built into the client upon release, and aims to streamline the viewing and casting process of the game. It will feature in-client tournament support to stop players having to use third-party websites to organise tournaments, and may even include rewards to players watching and participating. Frost Giant have discussed how they want all their social features built in at launch, and they believe a key pillar to gaining and retaining new players is a social experience. With co-op campaigns seemingly important to the studio, they have mentioned that the clan support and other social features will be included too. Most of their interviews, they have reiterated that they believe that the thing holding real-time strategy games back the most is how lonely it can feel. When it comes to custom modes in a map editor, Frost Giant will be releasing the full editor that the team use themselves at the studio. With the ability to load straight in and test your game without forcing a reload, the new editor will streamline the user creation process and offer metrics of your maps. The editor, being built on Unreal Engine 5, will support advanced scripts and triggers, allowing more creative freedom when building maps and game modes than we have seen on similar editors. Furthermore, Frost Giant mentioned the ability to be rewarded for your effort and creativity. What exactly that means will be released at a later date, but it was insinuated that it will be monetary incentives. And finally, regarding playable races, 2 have been announced. We have the Human Resistance and the Demonic Infernals. Tim Campbell mentions other factions are in the works and said currently we have 2+. In other words, we have more, but we haven't announced it yet. So far, the Tims and developers at Frost Giant Studio have ticked all my boxes personally for what I would describe as my real-time strategy dream game. And while I am hopefully optimistic, I will hold out for gameplay. With a beta in 2023, we still have a way to go. But if, and I mean if, they can create a new real-time strategy with a smooth, reactive game engine, updated pathfinding, social features, a competitive multiplayer worthy of the esport title, inbuilt replays, inbuilt tournament functions, a modern map editor, cutting-edge graphics, and a co-op campaign? Boy oh boy, I'm getting snacky just thinking about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, please like and subscribe to help my new channel out. If you have any questions or want to see any videos on other topics, let me know in the comments. And if you want to support Stormgate, you can wishlist them on Steam, link below, sign up to the beta on playstormgate.com, and follow the subreddit to get involved on r/Stormgate. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.